Today we're going to talk about voices of unconsciousness. You know, the speakers of darkness. Some are intentional, some are not. Some are so unconscious that they just function on that level, never thinking there's another option. I have a very interesting story for you today. The unconscious voices out there, and why you need to start using this instead of trusting what else is out there, which I see going on with you. We have to talk about that because we are now going into the oneness instead of the fragmented existence that we've been as human beings in unconsciousness. I'm going to talk to you today about this. The unconscious voices that you need to be most aware of. All right, let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Yes, I've got my very innocent little hat on today. First of all, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and click the bell so that you know when I have my next message out, because we've got some good ones that are going to keep rolling out. I'm going to tell you a story about an encounter that I recently had and how interesting it was, because it really made me understand even more so of how gullible we all are because we just don't trust our own information, our own guidance systems. Now, you guys know this. I show this book every single time on my channel because I wrote this for you. I dedicated this book to you. Breakthrough fear means you have nothing to fear. It is part of the human experience for a reason. It protects us from a material world wherein there are unconscious beings who will do some very, let's just say, uncomfortable things. Your spiritual butt kick, you're all powerful. And I'm going to give you a little butt kick because you're not a victim. You're not weak. You might be meek, but the meek are not weak, and they shall inherit the earth. What does that mean? They're not the ones you hear out there going, wah, wah, wah. They're the ones sitting by creating the solutions, the new inventions, the inspiration. They're creating the new earth. That's all the new earth is. It's just a frequency and a way of life. And everyone can participate in it. You can participate in it. You ready to do that? We're going to talk about the unconscious voices out there and the voices of darkness. Now, I did a video on that. There are people that intentionally are trying to drive people into fear and take sides. They have an agenda. Their ego likes to control and have power. There's always an agenda behind those voices. Why would you ever want another person to go in fear or feel weak or disempowered, or that there's somebody more powerful than them? Why would you ever want anybody to go in that space? A personal agenda. It's a control issue. Yeah. So, I mean, it happens with all of us. We have to watch it. The ego might even tell you that you're doing the right thing by helping somebody to make a decision or a different choice. I just experienced this yesterday. I realized that I was not doing the best possible thing in that situation, even though I thought I was helping somebody make a good decision. My ego was involved in that because I had my own opinion in there. Was it a higher decision, ultimately, for everyone? Yes. But I wasn't allowing that person to make their decision. I was stepping in because the ego thinks it's helping other people to make their own decisions when sometimes we just need to let them do that. All right? Because my opinion's still my opinion. Now, I want to just share this with you. There are people out there who absolutely are so stuck in the unconscious state of being, and they're so mesmerized by the position of the material world, the power, and mostly ego, because when you want money and you think it's going to give you status, that's 100% ego wanting power, not just money. The money is a conduit to that power and control over other people. And so we worry so much about what other people think of us, don't we? You know, if I'm going to be accepted, or, you know, if you like me, or if I'm pretty enough, or smart enough, or my family doesn't approve of me, and that it goes very deep, and that's why we teach breakthrough fear. You guys know about this. I teach breakthrough fear. You've got to get past the fact that, let's be honest, they're coming from their own stuff. Why would you believe that? If anybody does anything, says anything negative toward you, they got their own stuff going on. It's not about you. It's about their own fears, their own programming, what they were told. And or if they're in a bad place, they strike out against you. It's never personal. When people are in a good state of being, the world is wonderful. Yay, I have $1 million. Oh, I love you. Nothing bothers me. And then as soon as they go in a lower state of being, everybody's a problem, right? Everybody's the problem. Ugh. Yeah, you know this is true. We've all done it. So when you go into a state of being where you think, okay, wait a second, nobody's the problem. I can change anything because I'm all powerful, but you're not thinking that, are you, at the moment? You're not thinking you're all powerful. You're thinking if I was, this wouldn't happen in the first place. But the situation, the challenge, is the exact thing that you need in order to go to that next level of the Pac-Man game, right? The program changes. The matrix changes when we up our game. It'll give us new challenges and new things so that we can keep getting more and more powerful and hopefully raise our frequency. But that's not going to be the case for everybody. Now, we talked about people like David Icke. Some people asked me about that. Had I heard about this? You know, don't be lured by the light. They're using LEDs. Oh, dear Lord, LEDs. This is such limited thinking. It isn't funny. Light is light. You never have to worry about the light. It never poses as something else. And the something else that tries to pose is that. We're not going to give it attention because we're doing other things. If you're giving it attention, then you've got stories to tell me and ask me questions because you're watching that crap, and it's crap. When do you let go of the low frequency teachings and the speeches of fear, and when do you let go of that? Because those voices of darkness have their own agenda. And it has nothing to do with what's best for you. It's always what's best for them. Always what's best for them. There are others who have an unconscious voice. Okay, what's the difference? They are not always even aware that they're in total unconsciousness. Now, ironically, some of them are totally aware of what's right and wrong, and they're not like have something amiss in their brain. Well, some of them do, but they are aware, but they still in their mind don't believe what they're doing is wrong. They just want to function in the world, and they tell themselves a story. They live in a completely different fantasy world, and it once again revolves around everything that they receive. Manipulation, feeling good, feeling important, and they'll do anything. They'll do anything. Probably things that they never imagined they would do. Yeah, those are the kind of people that are bilking others out of money, lying. I'll tell you, a lot of it's legal. You see these people on the internet. I own internet businesses. When we do advertising, what do I tell people? Exactly what I feel and think through my experience. And you have other people that will use the lure of make money quick to get you to believe that because you want to believe it. And that's your lower frequency ego wanting to believe the story. And that's operating here. Can you make money? Sure. Are all those bad? No. And are they illegal? No. No. But these are false promises to serve the other. All right? You can be abundant without doing that. But if you are falling for that, there's a part of you that wants to believe the lie. And that's your ego wanting a quick fix to feel good or think that, you are okay or accepted or you can have that and it's going to make you happy. And you're still thinking down here in the basement. You know what? It's not easy to go up to that penthouse because you're going to have to let go of some things that you think are making you happy. And when you do, you're going to be free. Right? You do have to work hard. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. If you want to be abundant in the business world, that's how it operates now. That's changing. There's a way of doing business, living, relationships, your job that comes from a place of ethics and authenticity, and it will pay off in a way you never imagined. And when you go into that space and you let go of the things that are very enticing, that people will tell you about, the dark voices, they're coming from unconsciousness and control. They want you to go along because they don't care what happens to you. If you really are happy, if you really love what you're doing, if you make money, they don't care. They care that they're making money, so they will say anything to do it. So you've got to take full responsibility. They are not responsible. You've got to do your homework. So I have to tell the truth. I actually went out with somebody who seemed to be absolutely everything any girl would probably want to be out with. I did my homework. Because I'm going to tell you what happens with the voices of darkness. And I know that sounds really ominous, but they are. They're coming from a voice that's speaking from unconsciousness. I don't blame them. They have a history that tells them they're not good enough and they have to resort to certain things to get acceptance. That's a very dark place. That's a dark place that they're coming from, all right? And not all of it's intentional. They're just so deep into it that they don't even know what they're doing. They believe it, and they just want to get to that space where they're loved or they're important, and they get recognition. All right? Well, I did my homework, and I found this person is, let's just say, broke a few rules, some big ones. And that's what made him so good, because he posed as the most ethical, wonderful, caring person. And those are the ones you got to watch out for, because those are the ones that could be deceiving you. And if there's any amount of fear in those messages or guidance toward power, control, and driven by money, money should always be a secondary thing. You should always place your intentions first. Money will come. You know me. Being broke is not a powerful place to be on any level, any frequency. In a material world, you deserve to be abundant, and you can. How are you using it? My friend last night said, well, money is evil. I said, money's not evil. It's another story to keep us broke. Nothing wrong with money. Money is powerful. It can be used for amazing, wonderful things if your intentions are good. But money can drive people to their worst, let's just say, personal weak points, their ego points. All right? So when placed in a position, they will make a choice that's from a lower frequency. I want you to watch that, because these are some of the smartest people walking the face of the earth. They're brilliant. They could have used all of it on a high level, but they thought it was easier to do it down here, but the consequences are so great, and you can't escape those. Yeah, that's karma. Karma isn't I killed somebody, 100 years ago in another lifetime. Karma is the effect of your own personal actions now. And guess what? It's not punishment. It's what you did. You ordered it on a low level, so the frequency is low, so the repercussions and the response is going to be low. That's just it. That's how it works. So I want you to start thinking for yourself, because if it's fearful or it feels bad, or you have to even think twice about it, or somebody's telling you some ridiculous story about reptilians and all this other stuff, that programming is for us to be fearful of extraterrestrials, our neighbors. They're infiltrating us. They're evil. No, we are. We're the ones that created that, and we're really good at it. And we can change that. And so we're not going to condemn anybody who's in that basement. We're going to shine the light. We're going to be the demonstration of what can be done. We're going to be the demonstration of being abundant and wealthy without resorting to harming other people or telling BS stories out there to do it. This is not exclusive. There are no chosen ones. We're all one absolute perfect, beautiful energy field. We just have different roles we're playing. If you want to call it a chosen or awaken or whatever, we can label all we want, but you are already perfect and awakened. You already are. It's everything else that you're playing out that tells you something different. We just have to peel that off. We don't have to find it. We peel off that which is the illusion that we get to experience. Experience it. Make different choices. Peel comes off. Oh, I'm going to make a different choice. Peel comes off. Oh, I'm going to actually get skills and learn some things and create a business that doesn't destroy the planet instead of grabbing quick money because me, the ego, thinks that's going to make me happy. Big veil comes off, right? And then all of a sudden the money flows. The opening's there and it flows. And you're doing good things and you're helping people and you're helping this to elevate to that next frequency, and the world changes because of you. You listen to somebody who's giving you fear, that's your choice, and they are not to blame. They have their own agenda, and they just are so unconscious, they can't see what they're doing because they're driven so deeply by needing that power and acceptance. They don't like themselves. I guarantee you none of them like themselves. They need other things and other people to gain that recognition. Who are you going to trust? It's already right here. You don't have to look to anything. Can you believe in yourself? Because you're absolutely perfect and beautiful. Everyone is. It's all illusion. But you can play it out. Imagine playing the role of you, doing some beautiful, wonderful things that you never thought possible. Oh, how lovely. Yes, this is you. And you can start today. And everything you do, including your thoughts, can be a higher choice. What's the higher choice? C to G, the C to G practice. What is it? If I've got a negative thought, it's a complaint. You're not okay, the world's not okay, the government's not okay. They're the problem, my parents are the problem. That's a complaint and a judgment. What's G? Gratitude. You don't have to say, I'm grateful for my parents. Say, I'm grateful for a roof over my head. It doesn't have to be in alignment with the thing you're complaining about. If you can't get there, pick something you are grateful for because it shifts you into a higher frequency. You are whole and perfect right now. Whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. If you don't believe that, that's okay, because I do. I know that about you, and you'll finally recognize that yourself, and that nobody hurts you or harms you. And when you bless them and you let go of all of the blame and the hurt, you're free like a butterfly or a dragonfly or a ladybug. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.